We begin with the latest on the ongoing conversation over data centers in Siouxland. Another county considers a moratorium. A packed room tonight at the Yankton County Commissioners meeting where they made the unanimous decision to pass a data center moratorium. After nearly an hour of public comment tonight, the Yankton County Commissioners voted in favor of a 6-month moratorium, which was shorter than the initial 12-month moratorium that was listed on the agenda. Commissioners will have the option to extend that moratorium for another 6 months if there's still not an ordinance drafted for data centers by then. It will halt any permits to build data centers or Bitcoin mining facilities. The commissioners ultimately made the decision after hearing opinions from both sides.
It's putting a Band-Aid on a gashing wound. If we're short on a budget and we're going to depend on a data center to fix that, it is going to be way worse in 5-10 years' time.
Education is the key to all of this. We do not need to make decisions out of fear. We need to continue to talk about the facts and what is really happening.
This moratorium will allow the county time to study possible economic and environmental effects so they can create regulations regarding data centers.
So we can take our time, get a good ordinance plan, and not actually reinvent the wheel, but absolutely, utilize some of their studies also so that we can get a good one done. I don't think anybody in this room tonight wants to see a big 500 megawatt data center, but a 10 to 20 megawatt data center, that's a $100 million project.
The commissioners also voted to direct the planning and zoning to immediately start work on creating a new ordinance to create guidelines for possible data centers in the county.